My dear friend in faith, have you ever felt the sting of betrayal from those you trusted most? Have you wondered why those who caused you pain seemed to carry on without facing consequences? You showed them kindness, yet they returned it with hurt. You were loyal, but they dismissed your value. Now, you're left carrying the burden of their actions while they appear to move forward unaffected. If you stay with me through this message, I promise you'll find a truth that will help lift that weight and set you free. You'll see how God handles those who wronged you and why their actions will not go unanswered. Right now, you might be wrestling with anger, confusion, or even heartbreak. You ask yourself, why me? Why do those who hurt others seem to thrive while I'm left with these wounds? The memories replay in your mind, their words, their betrayal, the moment they turned their back on you. It's a pain that lingers, refusing to fade. The hardest part? You didn't see it coming. The people you held closest were the ones who cut you the deepest. They were supposed to support you, but instead, they left you questioning your worth. You wonder, where is the justice? Where is the fairness? But hear this, God sees everything. He is not blind to your pain. While you're struggling with these questions, He is already at work in ways you may not yet see. His justice doesn't follow human timelines or emotions. It operates on divine timing, and it is far greater than anything you could imagine. You might feel defeated, like they've won, like they've escaped accountability. But what if I told you that your pain is temporary, while the consequences of their actions will last? What if I told you that one day, those who hurt you will face the reality of what they've done? You don't need to chase revenge or dwell on their downfall. God has seen every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt. He is not ignoring you. The real question is this: what will you do while He works? Will you stay trapped in anger, reliving the hurt? Or will you trust Him to handle it and step into the life you're meant for? Your life is too precious to be defined by their actions. You were created for so much more. Why does it feel like injustice wins? You might wonder why it seems like those who hurt you walk free, while you're left piecing yourself back together. The answer lies in the purpose of pain. Your heart is searching for meaning, trying to understand why you had to endure this. Here's the truth. Pain isn't just about suffering, it's about growth. The moment you were betrayed, something shifted inside you. The old you, the one who trusted too easily, who gave without hesitation, is gone. You've been pushed into a new reality, one that demands resilience, wisdom, and strength. This is where many stumble. They let pain destroy them instead of shape them. They hold on to bitterness, waiting for karma to strike, wasting years carrying the weight of betrayal. But by doing this, you give those who hurt you power over your life. They don't deserve that. Your pain isn't a sign that God has forgotten you. It's proof He's preparing you for something greater. When injustice hits, you face a choice: remain stuck in the past or embrace the future God has planned for you. Those who hurt you may seem to be winning, but they're not. While they stay the same, you're growing, and soon, they'll see it. God sees your pain. You might feel like no one truly understands your struggle, but God does. He's seen every moment you've pushed through, every tear you've shed in silence, every time you've forced yourself to keep going. You were never alone in your pain. Even when the world moved on, even when those who hurt you showed no remorse, God was there. Nothing escapes His notice. Every lie, every act of betrayal, every moment they acted as if they did nothing wrong, it's all seen by Him. Their actions planted seeds, and in time, those seeds will bear consequences. No one escapes God's justice. They may deceive others or even themselves, but they cannot deceive Him. Some mistake His patience for permission, thinking they've gotten away with their wrongs. But God is giving them time to change. If they refuse, His justice will come, completely, perfectly, and in ways they never anticipated. Your role isn't to make them see their mistakes or feel their consequences. That's God's work. Your job is to release the burden and trust Him to handle it. Let go of the anger and the need for revenge. The same God who saw your pain will lift you up, showing those who tried to break you what you're truly capable of. Why did God allow this pain? You might ask why God didn't stop the hurt before it happened. Why did He let you face betrayal and heartbreak? The answer is that every pain carries a purpose, not to destroy you, but to reveal who you are. Pain is like a mirror, showing your strength, your faith, and your resilience. It strips away false connections and shallow relationships, leaving you with the truth. Who are you when life falls apart? Will you let bitterness take over? Will you become like those who hurt you? Or will you rise? This is where many falter. They let pain reshape them into someone they weren't meant to be, closing off their heart and building walls. But that's not your path. Your pain is refining you, making you stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever. What they did was wrong, but what God is doing through you is greater. The test was never about them, it was about you. When you refuse to let their actions define you, you pass the test. While they stay stuck, you'll rise to places they can't touch. Revenge is not the answer. When someone hurts you, it's natural to want them to feel your pain, to regret their actions. But revenge is a trap. It feels like control, but it chains you to the person who wounded you. While you're consumed with anger, they've moved on, living their life unbothered. That alone should tell you they're not worth your peace. God doesn't promise that justice won't come. He promises it's His to deliver. True justice is beyond what you can imagine. Making them suffer won't undo the past or heal your wounds. It only keeps you trapped. Letting go isn't weakness, it's strength. It's choosing your future over your past, refusing to waste another moment on someone who doesn't belong in your story. Letting go doesn't mean they won. It means you've chosen to win. God's justice is certain. Human justice seeks instant results. You want to see them pay, to watch their world crumble. But God's justice doesn't follow our timeline. You might think nothing is happening because you don't see it, but justice is already in motion. The moment they hurt you, consequences were set in place. God's silence isn't absence, it's patience. Those who hurt you may lose what they valued most, find themselves stuck in their mistakes, or watch you soar while they remain stagnant. That emptiness, not a single moment of pain, but a life without true joy or peace, is the greatest consequence. You don't need to chase justice. God is handling it. Instead of asking why they haven't faced consequences, ask why you're still holding back from living your life. Your future is waiting, and it's brighter than their actions could ever dim. Letting go is your power. Holding on to pain feels like a shield, as if keeping the anger alive will protect you from being hurt again. But it doesn't, it poisons you. The longer you cling to resentment, the more power you give those who hurt you. They may be gone, but their actions still control your thoughts and peace. They don't deserve that. Letting go doesn't mean excusing what they did. It means refusing to let it define you. Every moment you spend on anger is a moment stolen from your happiness. Letting go is a weapon, the ultimate act of strength. It frees you from the past and opens the door to who you're meant to be. When you release the pain, your heart heals, your mind clears, and you become unstoppable. Those who hurt you will expect you to stay broken, but when they see you thriving, they'll feel the weight of their choices. Your rise is coming. One day, those who betrayed you will see you rise. They thought they broke you, that you'd never recover. But they didn't know God is a healer. What was meant to destroy, you will make you stronger. What was meant to empty, you will be filled with more than you lost. God doesn't just heal, He restores, rebuilding what was torn apart into something greater. The pain they caused won't define you. Yes, it hurt. Yes, it changed you. But it didn't end you. It didn't stop your purpose or God's plan for your life. Through the pain, you've grown wiser. Through the struggle, you've found strength. You're stepping into a future they'll never touch. They thought they broke you, but God is making you whole. They thought your story was over, but it's just beginning. The power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about excusing the wrong done to you. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of resentment. When you forgive, you're not saying their actions were acceptable. You're choosing to release their hold on your heart. It's an act of courage that allows you to reclaim your peace. Forgiveness doesn't mean you forget or invite them back into your life. It means you value your future more than their past mistakes. By forgiving, you break the cycle of pain. You stop allowing their actions to dictate your emotions. This doesn't mean you ignore the hurt. It means you acknowledge it and choose to move forward anyway. God calls us to forgive because He knows that holding on to anger only harms you, not them. When you forgive, You open the door for his healing to flow into your life, transforming your wounds into wisdom, trusting God's plan. It's hard to trust when you've been betrayed, but God's plan is bigger than your pain. He sees the full picture, every moment of your journey, every tear, every triumph. What feels like a setback is often a setup for something greater. The betrayal you faced wasn't the end of your story. It was a chapter that shaped you for the purpose He has planned. Trusting God means believing that He's working even when you can't see it. It means letting go of the need to control the outcome and resting in the assurance that He's got you. Your pain is not wasted. It's part of a divine design to prepare you for a future filled with hope. When you trust His plan, you allow Him to turn your scars into stars, guiding you toward a life of purpose. The strength in surrender. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up. It means handing your burdens to God. It's admitting that you can't carry the weight of pain alone and trusting Him to take it. Surrender is a powerful act of faith, a declaration that you believe God's justice and love are greater than your hurt. When you surrender, you make room for His peace to fill the spaces where anger once lived. This act of surrender doesn't diminish your strength, it amplifies it. It shows you're strong enough to let go of what you can't control and focus on what you can, your growth, your faith, your future. By surrendering, you align yourself with God's timing, allowing Him to work in ways that are far beyond your own plans. Reclaiming your joy. The people who hurt you may have stolen moments of your happiness, but they cannot take your joy unless you let them. Joy is not dependent on circumstances or the actions of others. It's a gift from God that lives within you. Reclaiming your joy means choosing to focus on the blessings in your life, no matter how small they seem, and refusing to let pain overshadow them. Start by finding one thing each day that brings you peace. A sunrise, a kind word, a moment of gratitude. These small acts rebuild your heart, reminding you that you are more than your pain. As you reclaim your joy, you'll find that the weight of betrayal grows lighter, and the life God has for you becomes clearer. Building new connections. Betrayal can make you wary of trusting again, but not everyone will hurt you. God places people in your life to love and support you, and closing your heart keeps them out. Building new connections doesn't mean ignoring the past. It means learning from it and choosing to trust wisely. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, who reflect God's love and kindness. These relationships will remind you that you are worthy of love and respect. As you open your heart again, you'll discover a community that strengthens you, helping you rise above the pain of the past. The beauty of resilience. Resilience is the quiet strength that grows through pain. It's the ability to keep going, to rise after every fall, to find hope in the midst of despair. The betrayal you faced didn't break you. It revealed the resilience God placed within you. Each step you take forward is proof of your strength, a testament to His work in your life. Embrace this resilience as a gift. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. Every time you choose to keep moving, you're building a life that reflects God's power in you. Those who hurt you may never understand the strength, but they'll see it when you stand tall in the purpose He's given you. The promise of restoration. God's restoration is not just about fixing what was broken. It's about creating something better. The pain you've endured is not the end of your story. It's the foundation for a new chapter. God takes the pieces of your heart and builds something stronger, more beautiful, more aligned with His purpose for you. This restoration is a promise you can hold on to. It means that what was taken from you, peace, trust, joy, will be returned in greater measure. As you walk forward in faith, you'll see how God transforms your pain into a story of redemption, showing the world His power through your life. Living for your purpose. You were created with a purpose that no one's actions can steal. The betrayal you faced may have shaken you, but it didn't change what God has planned for you. Your purpose is bigger than your pain, and every step you take toward it is a victory over those who tried to hold you back. Live for that purpose. Let it guide your choices, your actions, your dreams. When you focus on what God has called you to do, the pain of the past loses its grip. You become a living testament to His faithfulness, showing those who hurt you that their actions could never stop His plan. The freedom of moving forward. Moving forward doesn't mean forgetting the past. It means refusing to let it control your future. It's choosing to live for the possibilities ahead rather than the pain behind. Every step you take away from bitterness is a step toward freedom, a life where you're no longer defined by what others did to you. This freedom is your birthright in faith. It's the space where you can dream again, love again, and hope again. As you move forward, you'll find that the weight of betrayal becomes a distant memory, replaced by the joy of a life lived in alignment with God's purpose, a future beyond their reach. The people who hurt you may have been part of your past, but they don't belong in your future. God is preparing a path for you that they cannot touch, a life filled with purpose, peace, and joy. As you walk this path, you'll leave their actions behind, not because they didn't matter, but because they no longer define you. One day, those who betrayed you will look up and see you thriving in